Hello everyone and welcome to another Rider Pilates. We're going to be focusing on coordination exercises today to really help you improve the quality and efficiency of your aids. Such an important part when we're riding. So without further ado, I hope you're warmed up. Let's get going. We're going to start with your bow and arrow exercise. So if you have one foot in front of the other, bring your hands up, keep your headlights to the front, take one hand to your shoulder and turn. Look over that shoulder, face the front and the same thing the other way. Trying to keep your weight equal through your feet and your headlights pointing straight ahead, so that all that movement is through your upper body. Shoulders stay level, the weight stays equal. Let's swap and do this with the other foot in front. So again, get your weight equal, your headlights forward, and then it's that hand back and into the turn. So we're combining mobility through your upper body with the stability through your lower body. Do one more. Lovely job. Okay, bring your arms down. We're going to go straight into your wide walking, so feet as far apart as you feel comfortable, and we're going to do opposite arms and legs. Apologies if my hands disappear from the top of the screen. They're not the important part with this one. And you're looking at that nice coordination, arms and legs moving at the same time, but keeping your body that nice, still, soft, but supple connection between your upper and lower body, your contact and your seat, watching you don't start to turn into a bit of a windmill. Okay, bring your arms down, let's go to the end of your mat. Feet together, knees nice and soft, hands on the front of your thighs, tuck your chin into your chest, slide your hands down, curling up as tight as you possibly can. Pause at the bottom for a breath in, breathe out, bend your knees, and we're going to go down onto your front, and we're going to start off with the one leg kick. Now those of you that know me will know that I really struggle with counting and talking with doing this exercise, so I will do my best. If you want to be propped up like this, you can, but I know that for a lot of people, myself included, this isn't very comfortable for your back, so I suggest you do this flat onto your front. And we're going to take one leg up, so you bend your knee to 90 degrees. Keep the pressure through your headlights the same, so you're trying to avoid rocking from side to side as you pulse 1, 2, 3 times, straighten. Bend to the other side and pulse 1, 2, 3 times and straighten. As you do those pulses, keep that pressure through your headlights the same, so that you're not kicking really hard and finding your leg is moving or your pelvis is rocking. So pulse, pulse, pulse. If that's easy, you can add in the foot part, so you're going to do heel, toe, heel with each pulse. And then on to the other way you go, toe, heel, toe with each pulse. The thing to watch with this is if you find that with doing the foot part you end up just flapping your foot around and not doing the pulses, then stop doing the foot part and just go back to doing the pulses. But this is really useful for having precise leg position in the saddle, but don't sacrifice the main part, which is the pulse part, for what your feet are up to. Last one. Okie doke. Then we're going to turn onto your side and we're going to do your side bend. We're going to do it with your knees bent today, so legs in the capital L position. If you're getting any shoulder or elbow discomfort like this, you can of course do this flat, you just don't get to the lifting part of the exercise. So top arm onto your top side, pelvic floor onto floor 3. And we're synchronising the lifting and lowering of your pelvis and your top arm. You're looking for the synchronisation of your timing, but you're also looking for the controlled movement through your pelvis up and down so that you don't land with a flop. Nice and smooth. You can make it harder by floating the top leg, so if you're just doing this lying on the ground, you can float the top leg. And if you want to make it harder still, we'll add in straightening top arm and top leg together. So you're now synchronising arm, leg and pelvis all together, still controlling on the way back down so you don't land with a crash. Remember to breathe if possible. It's another thing to add in when you're thinking about your leg aids and where you're going as well. You've got to remember to breathe. Okay, we'll do last one. Lovely. Okay, onto your back, And we're going to go straight in at the deep end, combining your hip twist and your scissors. I will do the floor version, then I'll do the tabletop version. I suggest that you have your hands onto your headlights. That will give you some stability, it will give you feedback about what your pelvis is up to. So bearing in mind in the saddle, we're often doing legs doing two different things at the same time. This is the ultimate exercise. One leg is coming up into tabletop for your scissors, as one leg rolls out for your hip twist. Bring them back together. The same thing the opposite way. So they move at the same time, but doing a completely different movement. Pelvis wants to stay still, ribs gently sinking towards your pelvis, so this bit of you is still as well, and you're not moving around through here. If you want to do the harder version from tabletop, one leg comes down for scissors and the whole leg goes out for the hip twist, bring them up, and the same the opposite way. Again, rib position really important, so that as you go into that movement, you don't start to drift upwards. I'm exaggerating, but you get the idea. So headlights stay still, you're moving from your hips. Remember to breathe. If you can do your pelvic floor, that would be great. Remember, with your scissors leg, you're not patting the floor with your foot. It is the whole leg that goes, so keep your knees on both legs at 90 degrees. So all of that movement is coming from your hips, not from the knees, not from here. One more each way. And then bring your legs back down. Okay, we're going to go straight into the double leg stretch. Again, I will show you the floor version and then the tabletop version. We're going to go straight in with the arms. We're going to do the circles with it this time. So as you straighten one leg, your arms do a half circle out. As you bring the leg back in, you'll half circle back in with your arms. So half circle out, half circle in, half circle out, half circle in. Keep your circles small. If you're doing circles out here, you're trying to do these massive, great big windmill efforts, so keep them small. And now time with your leg better. If you're going from tabletops, use the grasp over my feet. It should look something like this. So you're straightening the leg in the air. And again with this one, rib position, so that as you take your arms and legs apart, you don't end up with your ribs creeping upwards. You want that control, that stability through your low back and your pelvis. And then just to confuse you, we're going to take your circles the other way. Don't forget to breathe. If you can keep your pelvic floor onto floor 3, you're doing amazing. You give yourself a medal. Lovely job. Okay, bring your legs down one at a time, bring your arms down. We're going to go onto the side that you haven't already been on, and back into your side bend. So again, if you've got any shoulder or elbow problems, do this flat, absolutely fine. Legs capital L, top arm onto your top side, pelvic floor onto floor 3, and we're synchronizing lifting and lowering. Lifting and lowering, looking for that synchronized timing and the controlled lift and the controlled descent. Breathing all the time. If you can, try not to breathe in as you do the lift and pelvic floor onto floor 3. Then we can make it harder. Float your top leg. And then if you want to make it harder still, we'll add in the straightening of that leg, so you're now synchronizing the timing of your arm, leg and pelvis, still with a controlled descent. If you're finding that you've gone up to the harder version and something's missing, you can't breathe, you can't do your pelvic floor, you're landing with a plop, go back down a level. There's no shame in doing that. It's always better for you generally to stick to the level that you can do really well than trying to do a hard level that you do badly, because it's just, you're just not going to achieve anything like as much. Last one. Okay, then we're going to turn onto your hands and knees, and we're going to do your swimming, and we're going to go straight in with the arms and legs into those diagonal pairs. So keeping your back nice and flat and still, one arm out in front, one leg behind, back in, and on the opposite side. So your back is staying nice and still. Think with the leg, you're doing that slide and lift, not lift and dip. So slide and lift. Trying to keep your weight central. Thinking about how when you're in the saddle, when you move your arms and legs, you don't necessarily want your weight rocking around. You want the arms and legs to move without disrupting your weight. Then we're going to the side. So arms and legs continuing in their diagonal pairs. Still with your weight in the middle. Okay, then we're going to do diagonals. So diagonal pairs of arms and legs on the diagonal. Again, keep your weight in the middle. And also try and combine, or no, not combine, synchronise the timing of the lifting and lowering of each arm and leg. One more each pair. Super job. Okay, come up into kneeling, and then can you make sure you stand up without using your hands? Hopefully you can, but just double checking. Okay, we're going to go into a squat exercise. I suggest hands onto your headlights into that little bit of a squat. Keep your shoulders over your headlights, and you're going to tap each foot to the side. Trying to keep this bit nice and still whilst the bottom half is on the move. If you find that easy, arms up in front, so holding some imaginary reins, keeping your hands soft and relaxed. And then you can try and do opposite arms. Now, I appreciate this is not a riding movement, but you want to know that you can keep your balance through your centre, getting my arms in, through your centre no matter what your arms and legs are doing. So if you lose a rein or take one hand off the reins when you're jumping, and you can keep your balance in the middle. And one more each way. Super job. Then come back up, a little walk on the spot, and then we're going to go into some marching. So you're going to be doing opposite arms and legs. Just taking those knees up, moving through your hips. Okay, and then a little bit of walking on the spot now. Just winding everything down a little bit. Keeping your ribs sinking downwards. Okay, and then bring your feet onto the floor. Make sure you've got equal weight in your feet. Soften your knees, bring one arm up for a big breath in, and breathe out as you go down and round. And come up, big breath in, breathe out. Big breath in, breathe out. Bring that arm down by your side, the same with the other side. Soft knees, reach up, big breath in, and out. Big breath in, and out. Big breath in, and out. And then bring that arm back down by your side. Check your back with equal weight through your feet. Shoulders relaxed. Nice light head just floating you up tall. And we're leaving it there. Your brain's had a good workout with that one as well as your body, but it's so important to have that coordination really nailed for any of those slightly more complicated situations in the saddle. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you found it useful. Take care and enjoy the time you've got with your horses. Bye bye.